Good morning, everybody. Funny and I are here again. And I've got my multicoloured top on this week because it is our red week. And yet again, we have got some red paint because we are going to be doing some painting. Well, we're going to be doing the painting, and hopefully our snipping day, we're going to get some people to paint our craft for this week, because it's very difficult to do it with it still wet. So that, well, these are the challenges of being in the toddler group. But at home, this could be a two-part craft with the red paint, and I'm going to show you. I guess you're not going to guess what we're going to make. It's going to be something quite special. And it's going to be a poppy. And let me show you what we're going to use to make the poppy. I've got all the ingredients. You know, in a way, doing crafts, it's a bit like cooking, isn't it? You need to get the right ingredients. And here is the main ingredient. And these we often have in our houses. I wonder if you know what that is. Can you guess what it is? What we put in there? It is an egg box, and we've been donated a lot of these. Well, one by a local food bank and also by other people. And again, part of our recycling policy at Daniel's Den is to try and use things that we would throw away to make crafts. And today I'm going to show you how to make a poppy out of an old egg carton. And I guess you could use this to make, I know people have used it to make daffodils, they've used it to make daisies, all sorts of flowers, but we're going to make it out of a poppy. And you're thinking, Jo, what are you doing with that newspaper? Well, one of the things of Daniel's Den is when you're using paint, you must cover the table to protect it from any marks. So we use this old newspaper again. Once it's used up, you can scrumple it up and put it in the recycling. And that is fantastic. And again, I taught in a previous video, but I'll say it again. When you're using paint with children, always make sure they're not wearing their best clothing. And if you've got an apron, use an apron. If not, you can use an old t-shirt, anything that you don't mind getting paint on. I know my children, they used to love painting, and we'd have like a painting session. And it's really great. And if you're worried about it getting on the carpet, put some newspaper on the floor. Or do painting somewhere where you could even do painting in the bathroom. Often in the bathroom you've got a tiled floor, and you could maybe find a space there to do some painting. So again, get some red paint. Oh, squeeze it out. That makes a really lovely noise. Funny bunnies loving that. And here you can have a go at painting the egg carton like this. Can you see? I'm doing it very carefully. Now, when we're doing our sessions at Daniel's Den, it's often we don't have time to let the paint dry. So I'm just showing you how to paint. So you paint on the inside and also the outside like that. It's fun, and in a way, you know, these crafts that we do at Daniel's Den, oftentimes children, they go off and play and do something else, and the parents end up doing the craft. And you know what? We think that is a really good thing because it's actually quite relaxing. I know some of you dread doing the crafts. We once had a granddad who he refused to do the crafts with his first grandson, but his second grandson really wanted to do it. And this granddad, in the last year, every time they would come, and granddad would do a craft and the little grandson would do a craft, and then I always had to judge which one was the best. And you know, that granddad really enjoyed it. And I think for parents or grandparents or carers to enjoy doing the craft, that's just as important as the children being involved. So look, I've painted that. I could paint the whole thing, but as they often say on another TV programme, here is one that I prepared earlier. Can you see? And now this is dry. And you're going to get a pair of scissors. Oh, does anybody notice what I've done with those scissors? I've got some red handled scissors for our red week. And then this bit is quite tricky and something you might need. This is definitely for an adult to do, but to cut out the red part of the egg box. It's like the little cup bit, can you see? And then you're going to trim it into the shape of a poppy with some petals, red petals. Can you see? Now this is a craft that I've never done before. I've done it to make daffodils, but not to make poppies. But look, there I'm cutting out the petals, and there's no all poppies. This is what I love about creation. They're not perfect. The petals are not a perfect size, and just like our crafts are not perfect. So there is the petal. Let's count how many. Here is the poppy with the petals. Let's count how many petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is the outside of the poppy, and then you can rip. So there might be either black paper or there may be tissue paper, but we can stick some in the middle. Now for this, we take the lid off our glue, get the black, and put it right there in the middle like a poppy. Can you see? And then you get a long green stalk, and we stick it at the back of the poppy. And can you see? I don't know whether it needs any leaves or not, but there is our poppy. And in November we have Remembrance Sunday, when we remember everybody who died in the wars. And this is our poppy to remember. And sometimes it's good to think about our memories and to chat about them with our children. I know one of our former volunteers, Joan, she said a good activity to do with children is sometimes to look through photographs. Now, in the olden days, that would mean looking through an old photo album. But nowadays, it's often on our phone, isn't it? But, it's good for children to see photographs and remember, what did we do in the summer? What did we do at our last birthday? And getting children to talk about memories using photographs or activities is such a good thing to do, this generating language for children and to just get their brains working. So there is our little poppy for Remembrance Sunday. In Red Week, oh my gosh, how many red foods do we love to eat? Strawberries and grapes and tomatoes and peppers. The list is endless of red things to eat. Let me look at my list. Oh, again, another thing to do when you're going for a walk, when you're walking with children. How many red things can you see? Can you see a red bus, a red post box? What else is there that's red? A post box, a bus. Oh, and sometimes you might hear Nino, Nino, Nino for a red fire engine. And of course, you could sing the wheels on the bus if you see a red bus. We haven't got time to do it now, but you have a go and see if you see a red bus. Why don't you start singing the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. Oh my gosh, there's so many things you can do with red. See if you can find something to wear that's red. And oh my gosh, enjoy. So until next time, it's time to say bye.